all have somewhere to go. A friend's party, a relative's event, an appointment with a doctor, or even the neighborhood shop.
And while we can proceed on the journey to those places in a number of ways, road, sea, or air, it is only a good transportation that ensures we get to our destinations in good time and in one piece.
Good transportation, you all know, is top on the priority list of the Lagos State government. It is our focus on today's show. We'll be visiting the Mile 12 to CMS Bus Rapid Transit BRT route, presently being upgraded for continued global best services on Lagos roads. But first, we take the news highlights. I'm Obafemi Craig.
I am Kate Harmony.
Welcome to Lamata Half Hour. Welcome and thanks for joining us on the news highlight on Lamata Half Hour. In order to make buses available to commuters, the Lagos State government has granted approval for the use of the car park at the ferry terminal at Ipakodo, Ikorodu, for the stabling of the Bus Rapid Transit BRT buses. With the use of the terminal car park, buses will be deployed early every morning to Ikorodu and Agric Bus Terminal to cope with a huge number of commuters using the BRT system. Deputy Director, Bus Services, Dr. Desmond Amiyegbebo, said the use of the ferry terminal car park would bring stability to the operation of the BRT system, as well as relieve Ikorodu and Agric terminals of the pressure faced as a result of lack of buses. He said, however, that Lamata was working with all stakeholders to ensure that buses get to their bus shelters promptly to reduce the waiting time usually experienced by commuters. According to him, as soon as the Ojota bus depot garage is cleared of disused buses and the depot rehabilitated, the new BRT operator will be able to stable its buses and ensure effective bus deployment. The Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, has frowned at the continuous abuse of the exclusivity of the BRT lanes by Okada riders and men in uniform. The authority said despite the efforts made by the state government through Lamata to ensure compliance with the laws and regulations guiding the use of the corridor, there are still incidences of flagrant abuse along the corridor, particularly by the Okada riders who put their lives and that of their co-riders at risk. While stringent measures and punishment is being worked out to ensure full compliance with the BRT regulations, the authority urged those patronizing Okada riders along Ikorodu corridor to desist, citing the state's existing restriction on Okada plying the corridor. Other law enforcement officials and men in uniform are urged to live up to the oath they swore to and abide by every laws, rules and regulations by constituted authorities in Nigeria. And that ends the news highlights.
Mile 12 is at one end of the mainland, while CMS is right in the very heart of the island. Both are high population areas, and the commuting between both by visitors, students, and workers is almost non-stop every day of the week.
Which means transport to and fro that route must be effective for safe, time-saving, and comfortable travel. The Bus Rapid Transit BRT made this possible.
Even better, the new fleet of state-of-the-art BRT buses plying that route made travel experience richer, and the Lagos State government commenced the upgrade from Mile 12 to CMS for even better experience.
So what is the stage of the upgrade project?
And what benefits is it to you, the commuters, along the corridor?
We'll visit the site to find out after Dr. Desmond Amiyegbebo, Deputy Director, Bus Services, Lamata, shares some great news about the services of the new BRT system.
On the part of the regulator, it's our responsibility to ensure that we keep the infrastructure, maintain the infrastructure, and ensure that the necessary oversight responsibility is put in place, and that is what we are doing. Now, on the part of the operator has put some mechanisms in place to ensure that the operation is sustained, i.e., they have put some investment on spare parts because that is critical. They're investing on some monitoring system. And by the way, as part of sustaining the system, we're also investing, not the operator now, the regulator. We're investing on intelligent transport system to ensure that we're able to monitor the operations and what have you. The operator is also expected to be investing on maintenance software to know when a vehicle is due for service and adequate attention is paid to spare parts replacement, and also fleet replacement policy may be put in place. So the drivers as well, the busmen as well, training, ongoing training for busmen, vehicle handling, vehicle sympathy, driving habit, what have you. So all these things are being put in place. Now, as part of the sustainability measures as well, we also expect that users, when there are critical feedback that the regulator, the operator, there are critical feedback they need. For example, driving habit of busmen. There are call number that you can report such cases to. So sustainability is an inclusive thing that every one of us, we need to come together, watch each other's, make sure that we report what we're supposed to report. And I think with all these being in place, we'll be able to sustain the operation.
Okay, we are set to visit the site of the Mile 12 to CMS BRT corridor to review the progress of transport project and also to find out the benefits to you and the city at large.
You're invited to come along with us on the move.
What is going on here? That's the question so many of you have been asking, and we are right here at K2 bus station to find out what is going on. Like you all know, our duty on Lamata FR is to keep you informed, keep you abreast of public transport developments going on around the metropolis. And we have Engineer Adeniji, the project manager for this axis, to speak with us on what is happening. Engineer Adeniji, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You know, when we drive through this place, we keep asking questions, both pedestrians, vehicle owners, they keep asking questions. What is going on here? Why do we have more traffic?
Yeah, you are aware that BRT Light was commissioned in 2008 and has been put to use since then. And observation and research conducted has shown that fatigue is already setting in. Coupled with the extension of BRT scheme to Ikorodu, where we have the larger percentage of commuters coming from that end. So to take care of this patronage and number of passengers that are daily increasing, we need to look at the support infrastructure, upgrade them to meet up with the demand. And part of this requirement is to ensure that we expand the availability of our bus shelter in a manner that can accommodate the passenger demand. So what we are doing now is to increase the space that is available within the bus station to cater for the current demand and future demand.
So, okay, in more clearer terms, why do we have to dig through this place?
Yes, this is K2 BRT station.
Okay.
What we are doing specifically in this upgrade is to ensure that, part of the things we have observed in the past that efficiency of BRT services are gradually decreasing, which we have catered for from Mile 12 to Ikorodu. And that's the same thing we want to do in here, to ensure that we create a passing lane at BRT bus station so that efficiency of BRT service can be improved. We don't want a situation whereby delay is being experienced by commuters at the BRT station. So what they are doing currently is to create a bus shelter that can cater for the passenger demand, at the same time create a passing lane within the BRT station.
When you say passing lane, what do you mean by that?
Passing lane is extra lane created within the BRT station so that a vehicle who has no business or who has no business waiting at that BRT station can pass without necessarily waiting behind the stopping one.
Carriageway median, this way or that way?
Both ways.
Don't you think this is going to affect traffic further?
No, it's not going to affect traffic further because this is part of the things we are put into our planning. you understand that we are aware of these construction activities that are going to come up, and that's why we have decided to face it. What we have done is to allow Ikorodu to my 12 project and support infrastructure to be completed before we start this one.
Okay.
So that the pain suffered by commuters can be lessened. Even in this construction from my 12 to TDS, we are equally phase it into 3 phases. And what we have done is not to commence construction at the 15 bus stops, but to do it in 3 phases.
In 3 phases.
So, I mean, the first phase is going to affect this location, which is K2. It's going to affect New Garage. It's going to affect Obanikoro.
Okay.
It's going to affect Palm Grove and one other location.
Okay.
So, other phases will commence as this one finishes.
So, generally, what's the duration of this project?
Yeah, in the next 12 months, it should have been completed and put to
Should have been completed. Okay, I understand that there is also a depot under construction. Am I right?
Yeah, very correct.
Okay, so can we see that? First, let's take a look around this place. Then we'll now go over to the depot to see what's made available for the people. So you were explaining something here.
Yes, I'm telling you that at this location you can see that the carriageway median has been completely utilized.
Okay.
And the whole essence of doing this is to enhance the capacity of the bus shelter around this place. One, it is longer and it is of bigger width as compared to what was existing at this location. Secondly, is to provide a passing lane at this location so that bus need not queue behind each other at this location.
So if you don't have to pick up any
you
passenger, you just keep going.
Which is what is in place between my 12 and Ikorodu, where we have the classic BRT.
Okay, so what about this? Are you going to raise it up?
Yeah, this is the footing to the already precast curb that's been in place.
So are we still going to have a median? Let's go.
Yes, you are going to have a median, but it's going to be in form of a jersey barrier.
Okay.
Which is what what we have in place between my 12 and Ikorodu.
Oh, okay. So how do you work all night, or do you mold here, or you have a precast yard where you do all this?
Yeah, the contractor has a precast yard where all these curbs are being prepared.
Okay.
So all they do is to bring it to site to install or to construct. Okay. But basically, to ensure that we don't inflict much pain on commuters, they work at night, and it's part of the rule that they don't work in the direction of peak period. Okay. Say for instance, the off-peak in the AM is towards Ikorodu, and that's why you see them there now. So in the evening, they will be on the other side of the bus station.
So what's the duration of the first phase?
The first phase is 3 months.
For the first phase?
For the first
so
phase.
We expect this is K2, then Garage, New Garage,
yeah.
Then
Obanikoro, Palm Grove.
Yeah. For 3 months?
For 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least that prepares our viewers to know what is going on and understand that this is going to take time, and it requires your patience, because if you are not patient, this will not happen. Remember that it's all for you, and whatever we say, good things don't come easy, and this is very good. So it doesn't come easy, it requires your patience. We'll move over to the bus depot to see what's going on there as well.
Exactly.
Thank you. Like we always say, the secret of Lamata's success is keeping an open ear to everything you have to say. That is why this project is important, because it's all about you. By the time we are done with this interview, you'll realize how much of your concerns we have in mind by bringing projects like this to bear. Engineer Deniji, welcome once again, and could you tell us more in details the objectives of this project?
Yeah, this project is basically to synchronize what we have done from my 12 to Ikorodu in terms of safety, in terms of efficiency of BRT services, and to ensure that passengers move in a seamless manner without any hindrance. And the whole objective of this is to ensure that BRT service is efficient and is more effective, so that we don't have a sort of hindrance or delay whatsoever. Even though it's a classic, it's a BRT light, we want to improve it to a level that matches the BRT classic that we have from my 12 to Ikorodu.
Okay, let's talk about the components of this project. Could you take us through every step of the components?
Yeah, it's basically of 3 components.
Okay.
The first component is the depot, the BRT depot. We have the existing one which we are going to rehabilitate to ensure that its functionality meets with demand that's expected of it. So in terms of facility in the existing BRT depot, it's going to be improved, it's going to be enhanced. The warehouse is going to be enhanced, the workshop is going to be enhanced, the structure in there is going to be enhanced, and particularly the asphalt pavement in there is going to be changed to concrete pavement like we have at Majid Depot. Now also, to enhance or to cater for the number of buses deployed for BRT service from my first from Ikorodu to TBS, this place is being identified as a place to be developed and a new depot which can accommodate at least 50 BRT buses to ensure that buses are deployed as expected for operation.
Okay. You said there are 3 stages.
Yeah,
the first stage is depot.
That's the first component. The second component of it is the bus station area.
Okay.
What we are doing in this project is to enhance the capacity of BRT bus station because we have discovered from our study that patronage has greatly increased, which we envisaged before the commencement of BRT extension from Mile 12 to Ikorodu. So this is what we have planned for ahead of time, that the capacity of the BRT system must be improved to cater for the passenger demand.
Okay.
And in terms of the efficiency, is to create passing lane at each of the BRT stations to ensure that buses move in a manner that doesn't lost time is minimized in terms of passenger transversing between TBS and Ikorodu. And the third component is having to do with traffic safety. In terms of road markings, like we have between Mile 12 and Ikorodu, you see that there are a lot of road markings, there are a lot of vertical signs. So this we are doing in this aspect of the project too. Where we have signs is going to be improved. Where we have conflicting merge and diverge area, we have observed certain area where the diverge and merge area is not accurately done, which we are improving on to ensure that bus merges and diverges in a seamless manner that doesn't constitute safety concern. Okay. These are things we are doing. Even the drainage system is going to be improved to ensure that it discharges the surface water in a manner that is not hazardous to our environment.
Okay, so 3 components. You have the depot, you have the bus shelters, and you have the road signs.
Road signs, which is called the traffic safety measures.
Traffic safety measures. Okay, so we are here.
So, this is foundation for the cafeteria, which is under construction. You can see the formwork has been provided, the reinforcement has been provided. So it's just for them to cast. And once they cast, they put the floor slab onto it, and the wall frame will continue from there. And once that is completed, then we can begin to talk about the concrete pavement. So the entire surface is going to be paved with concrete to allow for towing of our buses.
Okay. Engineer Adeniji, Senior Specialist Infrastructure, Lamata. To cook better soup, you need time plus money to take cook them. Well, all I'm trying to say is good things such as projects like this require a lot of time and resources. Other important ingredients required are your unreserved patience and cooperation. This is to ensure better access, lesser travel and waiting time, and ultimately a long-lasting travel experience. And it is safe to say, enjoy Lagos. Lamata Hour continues. I am Kate Harmony. Thank you for joining us on that trip with Engineer Adeniji, Senior Specialist Infrastructure, Lamata. We'll go on a break now. When we return, we have more for you. Don't move a muscle. We don't follow Engineer Adeniji go touchlight as work take they go on top BRT bus stop where Lagos State Government and Lamata they upgrade. As Lamata don't begin work on top new BRT depot for K2, na im be say very soon traffic matter go quench. Una no go dey take for bus stop again and Lagos self go better pass as it day before.
Àti bá àlejò wa lórí ètò wa tòní, onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Adeniji lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò bí iṣẹ́ ṣe ń lọ sí ní ibùdókọ̀ ètò ọkọ̀ BRT tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti iléeṣẹ́ Lamata ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ fún ìdàgbàsókè ètò ọkọ̀ BRT ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Bí iléeṣẹ́ Lamata ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí àti ibùdókọ̀ ọkọ̀ BRT tuntun ní Kétu, ó dáni lójú wípé wàhálà súnkẹrẹ fàkẹrẹ ọkọ̀ yóò dópin àti ìdánilójú wípé ìtẹ̀síwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó yóò dára jù báyìí lọ.
Do you have questions and observations you'd like to share or suggestions that would help us keep Lagos moving? Kindly send to us on any of the following.
Thank you for the pleasure of your company on today's show. Till we see you again, keep your body and mind in top shape by engaging in the oldest form of transportation, taking a walk.
A 30-minute walk every day would help control your blood pressure, reduces the risk of a stroke, and boosts your immune system. So, never give up on a chance for a stroll. I am Kate Harmony.
I am Obafemi Craig. Lamata,
Keeping Lagos moving.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes, more than